if you put a piece of ginger in the culture. And what happens when you spray the right amount of water? It takes about 30 days. Some shoots have emerged on the surface of the ginger one after another. In order to enable better growth, we decided to transplant it into pots. After covering the surface of ginger with an appropriate amount of soil, spray some water to wet the soil. After 7 days of waiting, his seedlings are like bamboo shoots, striving to grow upwards. On the 40th day, start landing on the golden pole. They're growing leaves. Their semen is constantly diverging. It goes up like bamboo. The more branches grow, the more ginger there is buried in the ground. But if you want to pass a piece of ginger, you get the effect of filling the basin just by taking the whole ginger. It is not possible to plant directly in a flower pot. We can buy some ginger in the supermarket to plant. The final harvest may be beyond your imagination. Break the bought ginger into several small pieces. Be sure that each patch contains at least one bud spot. Then find one at the bottom. Plastic bucket with holes already pierced. After loading a certain amount of sand, put these 8 good pieces of ginger, one by one, into the sand. Wait 15 days. These buds will block. They're basically starting to sprout. At this point, the transplant can be performed. Find a discarded tire. Fix a tie on the bottom of one side. Hold nylon cloth. Then, according to a certain proportion of the soil, organic fertilizer and rice husk ash are mixed, configured into nutrient soil. If you want to know how to configure the small partner, you can leave a message. There will be a follow-up issue. How to configure nutrient soil video. Then the configured nutrient soil can be poured into a flower pot. If you can't find the tire, you can also use a woven bag. Instead of fiddling them into the shape of a flower pot, just add nutrient soil as well. Put the sprouted ginger nuggets. Split again into the appropriate size, so that each tooth is separated. Then bury them one by one in the soil, whether it's tires or woven bags. Make sure to space the blocks 5 to 10 centimeters apart. After all transplanting is completed, spray the right amount of water on the surface to promote the rapid rooting and development of ginger. 1 month later, the growth of ginger is already very vigorous. At this time, a compound fertilizer can be applied once to provide basic nutritional support for ginger. Promotes rhizome growth. Fertilize not too often. Apply it once a month. At the same time, according to the dry moisture of the soil. Appropriate watering. The curcumin in ginger and itself comes with spicy taste. It can effectively inhibit the growth of pests and diseases. Therefore, it is not necessary to take care of it too much at ordinary times. Proper watering and fertilization. It can make ginger very vigorous. 6 months later, whether it's a woven bag or ginger grown with tires, all mature. The leaves of ginger also turn yellow one after another. That means harvest time. After cutting the stems of the ginger, slightly initialize the soil with water. You can see that the ginger is full. Roots and soil are also intertwined. A few small pieces of ginger can be planted into a country. That's a windfall.